only touch greatness.
Hey, yo, this is the Only I Touch Greatness podcast, man. I am the world's greatest party rocker, the KID, the Kid Capri, and that's the love, making it hot. See y'all around. Stay tuned.
It's the Kid Capri, and as we put it on a little something like this for the Uptown crew.
QB, TN, nigga. My antidote to the dope, add drugs in the party. Pistol whipping your body, lyrical odyssey. Y'all ain't smoke real shit unless y'all smoke it with me. And y'all ain't heard real shit. Hey, Tom, turn me up a little bit.
On my one, on my two, on my three, on my best all day. Look at what I done, look at what I do. I'ma be like this for the rest of the way. And I'm banging this from the east coast side of the world, New York, where the big boys play. Coming with the 012 on the east side of your girl, better tell her I don't really wanna lay. I just wanna get to the dough, small talk won't do it. Honey getting mad cause I really won't screw it. Better call your man, let him beat it in the music to the sound of the drum that you're hearing in the music. My talk be hitting, my wall be litting. Scratch on the vinyl with the paws of a kitten. Super hot shit, that's all I'm giving. Shorty don't worry how high I'm living. It's no show time, it's really go time. Stepping on the stage like my man Michael Bivins. It's no yo time, it's really yo time. So you better do a whole lot of living while you're living. Been around the world and I made a lot of dough. And I got more with the fast cars out driven.
Another world premiere.
Hey yo, what's going on, Bronx? It's the KID, the Kid Capri.
What's going on? We just taking each other out. Where's the respect? Where's the love? Worry about your lifeline and try to keep it longer than the pipeline and make the proper moves at the right time instead of running around acting crazy with your sight mind. You need to go and find yourself a life.
I do what I gotta do without a group, so gotta rock out with. But I call a friend of mine. I call him and say, yo, it's hip hop 50, man. You might want to come and say what's up to the people, man. As a matter of fact, I'm not even going to announce it. I'm gonna let him walk up out here.
Once again, my friend, to the beat that has no end, it's the midnight rocker, the chief boot knocker, the Kid Capri. Yeah, bounce on it one time, but come on, bounce with me one time, but come on, bounce on it one time, but come on, the bounce with me one time, but come on.
You're tuning into I Only Touch Greatness podcast, Vancouver's best show with Ryan Hayes.
Often imitated but never duplicated, I Only Touch Greatness podcast with Ryan Hayes.
Cause one of dope albums too, man. I was jamming to it last year, like for real. Like Uptown's one of my shits. Yeah, for real.
So that's what's up. That's it's an incredible album. We had a good time making it. You know what I'm saying? I was hoping the world loved it. You know, I never got a bad complaint yet. So
yeah, I'm telling you right now, like from top to bottom, man. Hey, I loved it, man. Like, and it's crazy, right? Because a lot of people was too busy talking about the other shit, and I'm like, man, just go and take a listen to stuff. And whenever I seen you, put it on IG, I was like, oh shit, DJ Kid Capri got a new album. Oh, I hurried up and went and got it. That's the first thing I'm supposed to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So again, I'm independent, ain't no machine behind me, so I was doing it myself, man. So organically.
Yeah. It's facts.
Yeah.
So born in New York, what age did you start hustling mixtapes?
That was 89, 88, 89, 90. I stopped 90, 91, something like that. Matter of fact, I stopped 90. Was it 90, 91? I can't remember. A long time ago. But those same mixtapes are on Apple Music now. So, the world could download them. I got out of it because it was illegal. Now they're legal.
And was there a moment in your younger days that you all of a sudden clued in that, like, boom, I want to take this shit seriously?
I mean, I've been doing that since 8 years old, taking it seriously. You know what I'm saying? Anything I do, I take it seriously. And I stay dedicated. So that's why, I got the results I got from it. I ain't give no downtime. Stayed on it. Gave my whole life to it. So, that's why the colors came the way they did.
And obviously, you're a Grammy award-winning producer. You've also won other awards. Do you have a favorite piece of memorabilia?
Oh yeah, I got a bunch of stuff. See all these awards and
I honestly I can't see it because you got the background on.
You see? Oh, okay. Let me see.
Sorry to tell you what to do.
I know it's a lot. I know it's a lot of gyms you done had, man. For real.
Yeah, man. Hold on 1 second. So, you look.
Legendary. That right there, this legendary.
Yeah, man.
Legendary. Man. Iconic, man. Yeah. Iconic.
See all these awards and
do you have a favorite one?
There. I mean, getting the Grammy is a big milestone. You know, I mean, definitely. That was dope. They got the Big L plaque.
RP Big L, man, one of the rawest ones to ever do it.
Yeah. So you know, but getting the Grammy joint was a big accomplishment. But all of them are great accomplishments. They're all treated equal. You know what I'm saying? You know, I was put on the Walk of Fame. Got that one. I got the Citation of Merit. And a bunch of them. So they're all like, you know, they're all great, man. You know, every time I get an award, it's like the first time because you don't have to get them. You know what I'm saying? You know, there's a lot of people out here that, you know, can get attention put on them. Well, I guess, you know, when you put the work in, people see the real thing. You know, like I said, I don't put no downtime in. So you get them when God decides for you to have it, you know.
I'll shoot one more.
And I seen, hold on, I was about to say, I seen the Marshall Mathers LP and the Shady one. You had something to do with that album? Like that's one of my favorite albums.
I helped promote it.
Really?
Yeah. That's why he sent me it. M sent me that. But I didn't do no music on the album. I wish I did.
How did that come about though? How did that just come about? Did he just like, yo, man, you know what I'm saying? Or the company just like, yo.
Nah. When I do stuff, I do it because it's good and people recognize it. This is the reason why, you know, that's what my history has been. You know, always doing whatever's good, go hard with it, regardless if I'm doing it for the person directly or if I'm doing it behind their back. But sometimes when you do things behind their back, it resonates and people know it. You know what I'm saying? You know, same thing with Kendrick Lamar. Asked me to come do the Damn album. You wouldn't think that this young dude knew my history the way he did, but you know, he did. You know what I'm saying? He knew what it was about, so he wanted his album to be authentic. He didn't want to have, you know what I'm saying? He wanted the real thing on there.
Element. The song was Element, right?
It was the whole. I was on 5 records.
Yeah, the whole. Yeah, you was pretty much on the majority of the whole rap album.
Yeah, so you know, that's why my album, the Love album, starts with another world premiere. You know what I'm saying? Because I was, you know, experienced from that. But yeah, it was dope that we did that. And you know, there's a lot of things that people don't know. That's why I got a movie that's gonna come out and set a lot of things straight. So, dope.
Right, I was about to say, man, because I remember hearing about that because I was watching Drake Champs last year, and I remember you was talking about it. And shout out to DJ EFN, we had him on here.
I just spoke to EFN today, as a matter of fact. Yeah.
No shit. Love that. Hey, tell him, love him. Tell him Royalty Rules 816 said what's up. that's the guy, man.
Yeah, told him today.
Right. So tell us a little bit about like the biopic of your movie.
I mean, it's gonna just set a lot of things straight. Things that people don't know. They're gonna get a chance to see, you know, from me, like the real story. Like people, a lot of times people make you think it started with them. Certain things started with them, and they get it from somebody else. You know, but also it's about inspiring and innovating and all that too. So that's another thing. So
we understand it.
You're often referred to as the mixtape guru and like a mixtape legend. I used to be a mixtape DJ as well. What was your personal highlight? of your career so far? Like the moment you had an out of body experience?
I had a whole lot, brother.
Yeah.
I mean, if you know I'm sure you know. There's a lot. It's deaf comedy. There's so much. It's
I know. I was about to say.
You got to kind of know my story before you talk to me.
You just did Yankee Stadium. I mean, how was that?
Okay, that's more of a direct question. I can answer that better. That was dope. That was dope because everybody thought I was going to come out with an artist, and I came out with the captain of the Yankees. At Yankee Stadium,
Jeter, man.
I was hoping you were going to say that. That's why I was alley-ooping the question to you.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it was definitely a monumental moment, you know, especially coming off of the BET Awards, me curating the BET Awards. You know, that was like a real big deal. So yeah, I really enjoyed it, and shout out to David Jeter for coming up and doing that.
Right. I mean, especially with the mixtapes and just 50 years of hip hop, we was all amped. And I love it. I always had this thinking, right? Because your sets, like you always make sure you have Let Me Clear My Throat or anything with the 45 on it. You know what I'm saying? Like I always see that. Tell me is that like always gonna be your stamp and it's always gonna be that way? Like what did that come about?
The reason why you always hear that record is because 45 King is a personal friend of mine. He's like a brother to me.
Wow.
Right. And you know, so he doesn't get the credit that he deserves. You know what I'm saying? Like this dude did stand for Eminem. This dude, he gave me Hard Knock Life for me to use, but I gave it to Jay-Z. So that's how Jay-Z got Hard Knock Life. But 45 King produced it. But that was my record. That was one of my last album, Soundtrack to the Streets. I gave it to Jay, and you know, Jay blew up with it. But 45 King was the producer of it. You know what I'm saying? 45 King was the one that brought out Queen Latifah. You know, he was the first hip hop producer, and I'm the second one to produce Madonna. All right, so you know that record that he did was so monumental, but DJ Kool get more credit for using it than 45 King did for making it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So I always make sure I play it so that he get the recognition for it. You know what I'm saying? It's just one of those things. You know, it's just something that I do.
Right. And I'm glad you said it because even the iconic Ed Lover dance, which I'm still going to try to do it on TikTok, because that's what I always, when you're a fan of hip hop, you always want to find out whose beat is that, whose instrumental is that, who's in the production of that beat. And
that's the sad thing about that's the downside of the internet is that at one time when you had an album cover, you could read who were the producers and who were the record labels and the engineers, and you know, you could read the inside jacket. It was all the information right there. Or if you had a CD, you could read all that stuff. It was there. Now it's, you know, that's why a lot of producers, when you hear the record come on, you'll hear an ID. You know, you'll hear the beginning, Metro Boomin on the track, you know, like you'll hear something like that, because
like a tag.
If they don't have it, you'll never know who the producer is that made it. You know what I'm saying? Right. And they'll never get the credit for doing it. It'll just be another beat out there. You know what I mean? Right. So that's why that started.
Right. And it used to have curiosity, because I was just talking to High Tech, shout out to Olu from Sample Lounge, and we got to talk to him about this. He even said to himself, he's like, that's why I'm so glad I never did tags, because it makes people go to the booklet or go to find out who was that.
Yeah. I mean, that's the fun of it, knowing who produced what. That's how we found a lot of break beats and, you know, funk records and stuff like that, because we would look to see who the drummer was that played on a break beat that we had. And if he played on another album, chances are he did something funky on that album. Same thing with a guitar player or a bass player. They might have been the dopest bass player, and he did some real dope basses on a certain album. You would look for another album with him on that album, and chances are, again, it may be something that you could use. You know what I'm saying? But now it's like you just got to find it and if you know the names, like a person like myself that's historically inclined with a lot of the records and a lot of the artists and the back people, I know these people's names and stuff, so it's easy for me to find things, and even things that I don't know. My intuition from digging for so many years, I know it. But for somebody that really don't know, they just have to potluck it and come across it. You know what I'm saying? And and they don't really learn the knowledge of where it come from, or even respect the people, the players of the ones that created it in the first place. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it's always good to try to do your knowledge. There's Google out there. So if you have a record that you don't know the information on, go and Google it and just let it, just do what it do, and you see what it is, and learn more than just what the record is. Learn where it come from, the instruments that they played on it, and different things like that, and it make you be more creative in your production.
So what did it feel like when you got the Walk of Fame in Brooklyn?
Say that again.
What did it feel like when you got acknowledged as with the Walk of Fame from Brooklyn?
No, that was in the Bronx.
Oh fuck! My stats guy. My stats guy's fucked.
You know what? I was so glad that you said something about album covers too, because one of the favorite album covers, right? And you're on here, right? And I hope that you see it. You know what I mean?
I know. Don't even say it. I don't even want to hear the dude next to me. Don't even say it. No.
Okay. But you're on one of my favorite Midnight Marauders.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite albums of all time too, man.
Yeah. So how did that come about? Like, how was that? You know what I'm saying? Like, because we got to talk to Daddy-O, and he told us a little bit about it. Like, who came up and tell you, hey man, we want your head on Midnight Marauders?
No, we just saw it was one day they just asked for us to do a picture, and we all just came that day and just shot the picture. I ain't on the album.
Yeah. I know you wasn't on the album, but the album cover, you know what I'm saying, and all that. That's why I always wonder, like, because I was just like, was that the idea that Jive wanted? Because when we talked to Daddy-O, he said it was like basically like Jive came to them like with the album cover idea.
You still get royalties, right?
Say it again, the royalties?
Do you still get royalties being on the album cover?
We didn't ask for royalties being on the album
cover. No. It was out of love, you know what I'm saying?
I know, but 30 years later, you might, maybe.
Nah, I'm pretty good. I don't need nothing.
Right. I mean, just being a part of that is all love. Like seeing all y'all's faces.
Some things you don't charge for. You know what I'm saying? Like
Friends.
The Tribe Called Quest was a dope. So certain things you just do, especially if it don't take nothing for you to do. Yeah, we can get money for that if you wanted to, but what kind of money you gonna get? A couple of dollars.
Right. I mean, that for himself, I mean, especially when out of their, catalog, especially that and Low End Theory is always going to be one of the top favorite, albums from Tribe. So I understand.
Absolutely. I got, I'm working in the studio right now. I got to get back to work, but I'm working on a group called the Hoodies. I don't know if y'all seen them on the net. Two brothers. Take a look for them. They're gonna be really crazy, man. They had all their videos and all their stuff that they posted and stuff like that. Go to the YouTube and see the couple of records we did, War and Big Stepper. But their album is dope, and they about to drop their album. And
perfect. Any way we can help.
Yeah, I love helping. So let me know. Man, hey, I love sharing.
I need y'all to stay on the Love album. And I need y'all to promote the hoodies when the hoodies come out, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, stay on them and help them out, man. We win. If we win, y'all win. So
I wanted to ask you.
Work to y'all.
I wanted to ask you about the Love album because that was your last album that came out in 2022. Do you have a favorite joint off the album?
Well, yeah, I'm gonna be very honest. I mean, I love the other album as equal as I love the whole album the same. But my favorite is Slap Key because it was the first one I made. It was the first song I made on the album, and I decided to do it. And it's a little bit more personal than everything else, even though everything on there is personal, because everything I say on there is the truth. There's nothing fabricated or nothing fake. So, a lot of raps you hear, you just hear things because it sound good, not because it is good. So yeah, but Slap Key was the one that at one time I used to hear it just bring a tear to my eye because of what I was saying in it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Slap Key was probably that one, but everything is fire on there in my opinion.
Okay, I got a couple more questions before we.
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Gotta let you go, but we got a couple more questions if you can stick around. Prince, I'm gonna shoot it to you after this one. But if you have a dream dinner party, and you could invite 3 other famous people to be at your table with you, who are you inviting to your dinner party?
If I could invite 3 famous people,
dead or alive,
James Brown, Prince, and which Prince? And I know James Brown and Prince, but James Brown, Prince, and Michael Jackson.
That's sweet.
Boys, the Kings, 3 Kings. Can't get no better. And my name is Prince. I got my name because of him.
There you go. That's good. Yep. Those 3.
Prince, shoot your question. Then I got 2 more.
Okay, so I love riding with Lil Eazy-E and Daz Dillinger, what you've been a part of. Like, how was it, being a part of that, man? Because a lot of people ain't talking about it, but I'm fucking with it.
The song was awesome.
Yeah, certain songs gonna get played, certain songs ain't. You know what I'm saying? Like NWA didn't get no play on the radio, and they sold 2 million, 3 million records. Like and this is before the internet. So certain things is gonna be on the radio, certain things is not. With 60,000 records coming out a week or a day or whatever the number is, you're bound to get overlooked. The Love album don't get played like that on the radio. You know what I'm saying? It's one of the better albums out. You know what I'm saying? I'm not spending $250,000 for you to play my record. If you don't support my record because it's dope, then that's on you. I'm not begging nobody to play my records. You know what I'm saying? Like, you put your stuff out and let the world absorb it. Some people like things that they like. Some people overlook things because there's so much coming on. There's so many things. It's like, you don't keep attention on something. They don't break records no more. They play them for a day, 2 days, whatever, and it's out the window. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you depend on your fans to keep it going. And that's what's been going on with the Love album. The fans been rocking with it. So, every month there's bread in my account. Every month for my album doing good. So, it's all good.
Right. Being a legend and everything that you are, what do you want your legacy to be remembered as?
That I didn't play no games and I did my thing and made people happy, because that's what my job was to be. And I ain't take people for granted. You know what I'm saying? I don't take people for granted. I don't feel like, I'm doing anybody a favor, and I did my job. I do my job. You know what I mean? To the fullest, no matter what success I reach, that don't alter how hard I work.
So,
right.
If you're recognized in the street as like walking down the street and somebody asks you for an autograph, do you feel anything, or do you is it okay to ask people for an autograph, or do you sign them if you ever do?
I sign autographs all the time.
Perfect.
When the concert is over, they got to pay $5,000 to the unit because I wait until the last person's there to get an autograph. Whoever wants one, pictures, whatever. Sometimes you may be eating, and the person might walk up and want an autograph or a picture. They don't think of the fact that you're eating. They just want what they want. But we didn't ask to be in this business. So that's what comes with the territory, and put a smile on your face and be grateful that they're asking, because they don't have to ask. And at the end of the day, they take that little piece of paper or whatever it is that you sign, or that picture, and they put it on their wall, and they become a fan forever, and they buy into you. You could put a record out, a T-shirt out, a whistle out. They're going to buy into you because of how you treated them for the 5 minutes that you spent, or a minute that you spent to help them out with that. Takes nothing to do. Some people, they want that, and then once they start getting recognized, they feel like they're too busy to do that. So, I'm different. I do what I do.
That's honestly the answer we've been looking for. That just shows you're a humble person and you care about it. And the little things, just shake a hand and take a picture. People remember that for lifetimes.
Absolutely. It's a part of it. You know what I'm saying?
One thing I forgot to ask you about, Apollo. It was one of the first songs that I ever heard of you. Do you remember that? Did you know it was going to be such a big hit?
Yeah, I knew it was gonna be good. You know, I didn't know it was gonna be a big hit or not. You know what I'm saying? And I still don't consider it a big hit. I consider it, it was good. You know what I'm saying? It was a good record. But it was a tribute to Harlem because that's where I got on at in Harlem. A tribute to Apollo, and then 30 years later, doing my last album, The Love, I did Uptown with my daughter, another tribute to Harlem. So, but I was born in Brooklyn and raised in the Bronx. I got on in the Bronx. I got on in Harlem. So that's why I was my little tributes there. But the Apollo was a dope record because of what it was about, with the tribute to it, But yeah, I'm real proud of that. I'm real proud of that. I'm proud of it because I didn't want no record deal. Bismarck got me that record deal. Rest in peace. He got me that record deal. Yeah, and but I wasn't really looking for an album deal. But he got me that because I got hot with the mixtapes and and we ended up doing that record, and those were records, Apollo and a couple other ones with songs that I did, when I was beating on the table and I just write, you know what I'm saying, and had, joints, and I just ended up doing it in the studio, but I didn't really think it was going to really do that good, but it really did good. It did real good. And we talking about it today. The album came out in 91, you know what I'm saying? So, but 30 years later, coming out with, or 31 years now, coming out with The Love and the sound and the way it's sounding, I produced every record on there. The way I'm talking on there, you can't beat that. It's crazy. Like I'm not gonna dim my light. My album is crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you compare it to a lot of albums, my shit is crazy. You know what I'm saying? I ain't have to go and get a bunch of mainstream artists that, help me sell it. You know what I'm saying, to help me sell it or help me get attention on it. I went and did it myself, and I put 3 people on it. My daughter, a reggae artist, and an R&B artist. That's it. And I did everything else. So, it's definitely worth a listen if people haven't heard it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just hey, it just is an honor, man, because Def Comedy Jams, everything you did for me, because that's why I wanted to DJ, because of people like you. Because when I start seeing how you control the crowd, like for real, and seeing your mixtapes and shit. So when I go back to Bernie Mac, I ain't scared of you motherfuckers. And when he says kick it, and you went straight, and you and him had like that chemistry, like just at that moment. How any gym with Bernie Mac, bro?
Yeah, it was like my uncle, man. I got a lot of footage of us doing stuff, different things and stuff. One day I'm gonna put it out. But yeah, he was like an uncle to me, man. It was a big loss, Yeah, he was top dog in comedy, and we did a lot of years on the road, spent a lot of time on the tour bus, and he was definitely one of them dudes that kind of changed my life in a certain way of looking at certain things and the way I, approach certain things. I used to talk to him about a lot of different stuff, and he was funny as hell, man, all day long, all day. You just look at him and laugh. He was just crazy, but he was a big loss, definitely.
Right.
Definitely hit the comedy crowd and the whole world with the big loss on that one. The one thing I need to throw it to you for is if you got anything you want to plug right now, can you throw it in?
I mean, y'all can check out my daughter Vina Love, man. Make sure y'all check out her new song out. She got a lot of different records out on YouTube. Y'all can go see all her videos, and she's really dope. She's on my Uptown record on my album, on the Love album, but she has a bunch of different songs. Her new song is real dope. She got a song that she put out before that with Jack Boy, and she's just doing her thing. So check that out. You know what I'm saying? Also, go get my mixtapes, my classic mixtapes, 52 Beats and Old School 2, and all the other joints on Apple Music. People have been asking for them for years. Now they're going crazy because they up there, and you can get them, download them, and they sound real good. They don't sound like they were made on the cassettes. They sound like I just made them. So, yeah, go check that, and also get the Love album. Don't forget to get the Love album if you haven't got them. Still promoting the Love album since last year. So that's what's up. And I got the new album coming, More Love.
Perfect. 52 Beats. I forgot to even ask that question. I had it written down, but I was running out of time. So
Right.
Can you just tell us about that whole album? How awesome was that, making that?
I mean, it was just something that was made for me. It wasn't even supposed to come in the street. It wasn't for the street. It was just for me. I was just making a breakbeat tape for myself and ended up putting it out. Once my other tapes got hot, I went back and put that out, and it became one of my biggest selling tapes. So never know how things are going to happen, but I really made it for myself.
You're a true legend, and I thank you for joining us and everything. Perfect legend. Thank you very much. We love you. We're big fans. We're always going to be here rocking with you. So,
you saved my life, man. At the end of the day, with everything that you do with the mixtapes and all that, and I wish I could have gotten saying how you feel with the 50 years of hip hop. The mixtape DJs really haven't been getting that much love too. So I was about to say that, but at the end of the day, it's an honor just to talk to you.
I've been getting love. The mixtape thing, the reason why mixtape, well, it gets love, but it doesn't get the love like it's supposed to because, it wasn't a legal thing, first of all. You gotta remember that. You know what I'm saying? It was something that was underground, it was supposed to have been underground. When I was doing it, I was writing my name and writing a date on it. They started putting barcodes and pictures and shit on it. So I got, it became something different, but that's what it really was. But if you check out Tony Touch's mixtape movie, you might see something different. Just check that out. You'll hear the history. I got to come up there and do a show one time. You got to have me come up there and do a show.
Have you been to Vancouver?
Did I do Vancouver? I think I did everywhere except Vancouver. No, matter of fact, I did do Vancouver. I did do Vancouver a long time ago.
Yeah,
but everywhere else out in Canada, I did Edmonton, Ottawa, Toronto, Montreal.
You don't need to see those bum ass towns. Vancouver is the best one of them all.
Well, if that's the case, get some bread up and have the kid come shut the
I will do my best, and that's one thing that I always tell people. I'm like, now that people see that I have a way to you, I can now show this to the promoters in town and be like, let's bring Kid Capri.
Right. Even in KC too. Let me know, because I don't know if you've been down here either.
Where?
KC, Kansas City.
I've been to Kansas City. I ain't been there in a while though. But let's do Kansas City. Shut it down.
we getting a whole bunch of people coming, man. ASAP Rocky, Rihanna. So we need Kid Capri. We need that.
I'm all over the country, man. So that'll just be another spots we touch, man. Let's make it happen. We do it.
Perfect. I got 50 Cent tomorrow night in Vancouver, so we'll call her an interview. Thank you very much for your time.
Blessings for the culture, soon. Man. 50 years of hip hop. Love.
Thank you, legend.